Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome to Neverwinter Nights. So, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of this game. I've played it a lot for quite some time in my life. It's one of my favorite games. It's a lot of fun. It's not as, well done, I would say, as Baldur's Gate. It's just as well made, but it has its own flaws and issues and stuff. And the Enhanced Edition really doesn't do much for it. I enjoy it nonetheless, however. Now, I will say, I'm hesitant to call it 100% walkthrough, because there's a couple secret doors I might miss in Shadows of Undertide and Hordes of the Underdark. And in the first chapter of Shadows of Undertide, there is a quest I will be skipping. The only reason I do that for those is because they're based solely on chance, rather than on any kind of knowledge or knowing what to do or anything, so I don't feel like wasting a lot of time, because the chances for completing them for most classes aren't very good. Now, it's going to be a walkthrough. This isn't a very, super structured walkthrough or anything, I would say. I know what I'm doing, no doubt, but it's not like I don't have a big ol' perfect plan and everything's ready to go and, I don't know. It's just going to go with it and do its fun. So, I plan on playing a cleric. I would use that if I were an evil cleric, but I'm not. Let's go... Yeah, that works. We'll go with that. Okay, so yeah, 14 strength, 14 charisma, and a 16 intelligence. Yeah, I'm not going to need much dexterity. Constitution's pretty low. I will need hit points, obviously. I think I can manage. I got my own ways of doing things, and I think I'll need the intelligence. We'll see. So, yeah, 6 or 4 there. We get 4 in lore, 4 in persuade, and then 4 in heal. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, let's see here. Can I take power attack at all first level? There it is. Yes, I want that. And can I take cleave? Good. I'll get those right away. It's really not all that important for a cleric, or it shouldn't be all that important for a cleric, but for my kind of cleric, it definitely is. Okay, so the first one we want here is War. War is super handy, mainly because of the extra spells that you get out of it. The other one could be really just about anything. Divine Power and Stone Skin. 2 plus 1 per 3 class levels. Yeah, let's go with that. They don't give you a whole lot of variance on the heads, I have to say. That works.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
Alright, now the age doesn't matter much, the bio definitely doesn't matter, the deity doesn't. Yeah, that's right. But I usually go with some anyway. Now, as for a name, I think. My names I generally just come up with off the top of my head. Sure, that works. Trying to fit
To
one
your weapons.
cleric. Now,
By my direction, get on that! Get on them!
Strike at them! Let the earth take you! Perish as you should!
By my will, faith shall grant me fall to the fight, my friends! Attack!
Strike it! Let the earth perish as you should! Taste of my wrath!
Sure, I think that works. Alright. So, characters made. Got a couple things I'd like to set first. Alright, I'm not gonna need that. And I don't want any of these where they are. No point in really assigning anything to these quick slots right at the moment, either. I will in a second. Don't mind me running around in my underwear. Alright, so one of the really big differences between this game and Baldur's Gate is all of the loot, except for just a few finds in specific locations, is random. You never have any idea what you're gonna get.
I saw you talk.
Another one is that experience and the types of enemies you face scale to you. I actually don't need to talk to him right yet. So what's my... At 63 pounds. I should probably sell, actually, that chain shirt that he gave me. I'm not going to need it, and I am going to pick up something heavy before coming back here. And you definitely want to sell everything you can to this dude. He gives you just absurdly high prices for everything. Sadly, he's only here for the first few minutes of the game, but he's the best shopkeeper in the whole thing. I didn't even choose my spells, either. I should probably do that. The rest are kind of worthless, if I'm being honest. Alright, so first level spells, there's a number of options. Magic Weapon is handy, because it can just enchant your weapon, even if it's regular, to +1, so I think I'll take one of those. Probably a little healing. Divine Favor has its uses for, oh, what do you call it? Well, actually, probably this one. Yeah, we'll take it. Protection from alignment. But I'm not taking the combat training. I should have rested in that little side room as well. I think I can rest down at the bottom of the area. No, I don't think I can, actually, because there's going to be a skeleton there. And people are going to be summoning stuff and whatnot, so I should just head back and rest first. It is odd to be recording this game. So, the reason I'm playing a cleric, I have played through with a lot of different classes. Actually, almost every class. I didn't get very far with a druid, because they're super weak. Haven't played with a ranger, because it's kind of redundant. Or a paladin, I think, or a barbarian. I've played through with fighters. They're basically the same with some slight changes. Although I did start a ranger game, I didn't get super far in it. I got pretty far with a rogue game and a wizard game, but I eventually kind of abandoned the rogue one simply because the game, like the big bosses in this game, are designed to be impervious to everything that makes a rogue and a mage special. So, rogues are good at sneaking, and they have sneak attacks. That's pretty much all they've got going for them. They're kind of weak, they don't usually have a lot of hit points, they wear kind of trashy armor. Dragons, demons, and any other major boss in the game is just straight immune to sneak attacks, and the majority of them can see through invisibility innately. And so, you know, eventually I kind of abandoned that. Wizards were strong against pretty much everything. But again, the main bosses all have high magic resistance, and bringing it down is close to impossible the majority of the time. So, I kind of abandoned those ones. I think I did run the wizard all the way to the end, but it was a nightmare. The thief I did abandon. However, clerics are one of the two most overpowered classes in this game, in my opinion. The other one being monks. So I figured for, oh, gotta kill the skeleton first. I figured for a walkthrough, you know, just choose what you're best with. Or what works best.
I beseech you to speak with me. Your training.
Okay, there's my armor. Now I'm gonna go sell the rest of the garbage, organize what I've got, and start setting things up for the future.
Come over here if you want to learn about your
I don't like that if you accidentally press one little button and then press tab, it brings all that stuff up on the side. That's for cheating, I think.
Welcome.
But it really gets in the way a lot of times.
Welcome.
I forgot to pick something up, too. I'm gonna need to go grab it. I'll be right back. Actually, I think I should, yeah, set these ones over here. I forgot about the second page. You would not believe how long I played this game without realizing there was a second page. Or could be, to like those inventory things. I lost so much good equipment to that stupid drow chest in Hordes of the Underdark because they take all your equipment away and leave it in a chest.
Come over here if you want to learn about your Latin journal.
Alright, so take the shield and one of these. Thank you. I'm up at 500 gold. See, you can make like an extra 350 out of that dude just by selling the stuff that's in this very first area. Which isn't going to be like even a pittance later in the game, but at this stage it's critical. Everything is expensive. Most of it's not just a little expensive. Alright, so let's throw up these two enchantments. They only last an hour since I'm only first level. But they should give me a bit of a boost against some of the enemies I'll be fighting. Get this guy first. It really doesn't matter. Erebeth will kill everyone alone if you just sit by and let her. But some of them might attack me, and I'd rather they didn't. I'm also going to be super weak for the majority of the game. Simply because that's how it is at the start. Oh, wow. Why'd you hit me with that? I'm playing on hardcore rules, so my allies' spells and stuff can hit me, as can my own, actually. How long does this stupid sleep thing... See, I have immunity to mind spells, which I'm pretty sure protects me from sleep. If it were cast by an evil person, but because one of these idiots threw it... Can I rest? Or anything to get... We're off to a great start, guys. How long is this thing gonna take? There it goes. Alright. Well, thanks for wasting a bunch of time for my enchantments. Alright. So the dude is gonna appear and summon some goblins. I'm gonna clear out the first area. Hopefully without a problem. Alright, kill the goblins. I'm gonna try to get some of the enchantments to last the entire time, so I can just kill all of them with them. Recently, I've been running another Neverwinter Nights game with a halfling cleric. Because the first time I played through with a cleric, I had no idea just how powerful they were. My enchantments are already gone. It's that stupid sleep spell. It took up way too much time. I should still be good. Like, I have some pretty basic healing to overcome anything they can throw at me. And they're intentionally made to be, like, as weak and unintimidating enemies. 3 hit points. I thought that healed you 1. Wait a second. 4 points of damage. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, I have even more healing than I thought I did. Well, anyway, I've been running a game with the halfling cleric, like I said. Because first time I played through with the cleric, they were so strong, I wanted to see how far I could take that. So I made a halfling. He's just as strong, too. But his actual strength is like 12 instead of 14, which is what I generally aim for with the cleric. That is an issue, because having a 12 strength means you can't pick up power attack at the start of the game. And no power attack means no cleave. So fights take ages. I will say, though, he's like a fortress. These clerics can get so wildly strong. Yeah, so my constitution's pretty bad. I only have 9 hit points. I should have something like 12. Eventually I'll be able to manipulate that without a big problem, but for the time being I don't have many hit points. I have to say as well, fighting a bunch of tiny little weak goblins is not the most exciting thing. Particularly when you're as slow as they are. And about as good at hitting. But trust me, eventually this dude will be an unstoppable engine of destruction. It's probably going to be a bit of a slow start. Stuff won't be a big threat. I don't think it usually isn't. I'm just not very good at hitting stuff. But I have better armor than basically everything I'm fighting. Most stuff isn't that good at striking you at this early a level. I'll be level 3 by the time this prologue is over, which should be the end of this episode. Or I might actually take this episode a little longer than that. We'll see. Alright, I'll encounter the dude again. We'll repel him. I've seen him die in these forms before. He's got a lot of hit points, but he's not invincible. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a difference. He'll just show back up again later, as if nothing happened. You get a little extra XP, though. Although, if you can kill him, you really don't need it. We're getting a bunch of healing that we really don't need. Don't want to pick up Pavel, he's kind of useless. A little bit whiny. And he takes away the experience from me that doesn't even matter, because I always... You end the prologue with the same amount of experience. If you come in at first level, or even second, you're going to end the prologue with the exact same amount of experience as everyone else.
Taste of my wrath.
Alright, we got the big bad goblin. He's actually not the big bad, he's just one of them. Down he goes. I don't know if I can turn the weak skeletons and cause them to explode or not. I definitely plan on finding out, though. Okay, you can just make them run. They are somewhat annoying to hit, so let's see if this works.
I must be too.
That's another great reason to play a cleric. You can heal the undead. If you can't already just turn them into nothingness. Missed him. You really see how unrealistically generous this game is to me. I have a level 2 spell in my inventory. Actually, I picked up and sold like 1 or 2 level 2 spells right at the start of the game. I've already found another one. I have a full suited chainmail and an amulet of will +1. And I'm going to get another magical item off this guy, probably gloves of concentration. A normal DM in a actual D&D game might give you one of those things, like at the completion of an entire adventure at a level like this, or even a high level. Which I think is kind of a boring and borderline enraging way to play, but some people like it. Alright, we're just gonna... This is like extra to saves by a little bit for a short time. This thing is just, you know, 1 extra hit point, so what's the use in that? Light has its uses, but isn't really worth keeping, and this is 1 damage. If it were 4, I might take it, but it isn't, so I won't. Alright, let's take Divine Favor. I could get Summons. Summons are helpful. The problem is they take away experience from me in the long run, and so, meh. Sanctuary is always useful. Remove Fear I don't need, because I have this, and this protects you against mind effects from the aligned creature that you're fighting. Endure Elements can be handy, but it can only take 20 points of damage, so it's limited. Bless is very good. I'll eventually have a Bless spell in my repertoire. Okay, I should be able to rest back here. Now that I'm level 2, these will last 2 hours apiece. I have a whole, like, system. Not really a system, but like a pile of particular spells that you really want to keep on you. And all of them last an hour a level. And so once you reach a certain level, you just don't have to recast them like ever. They wear off when you rest and not before. But for the early parts of the game, I'll be kind of organizing my adventuring around how often I can cast those and how long they last. Because they are like the center point of my entire character. Alright, I'll probably need to use that. Because I'm about to have to pick up like 2 full sets of very heavy armor. And carrying them around is just a nightmare. There it is.
It's too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
I'll be back for that. I don't want to drink this potion before I have to. Because it only lasts for 3 hours, I think, which is not a lot of time.
Pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
Okay, I'm not leaving anything behind, I'll say that. I loot as thoroughly as I possibly can in these games. But when you have a low strength like I do, which is definitely not a permanent measure, but when you have a low strength, you gotta do what you gotta do to carry what you can. Oh, come on. A 1. Basically, inflict minor wounds. Another 1. Inflict minor wounds is useful against these enemies and nothing else. It's not even useful against the skeletons in this module. Because the skeletons are undead, so you gotta deal positive damage to them.
Pack is too heavy.
Alright, so I got to slowly waltz over there. I do like the look of the armor. They made it pretty cool in Neverwinter Nights. The graphics and stuff. Sometimes it can be hard to see because a lot of things are dark and most good items don't give you any light. But I think they did a good job with it. I got 2 side rooms to clear out here. A lot of yelling going on in the background. Like, I get that this place is under attack, but you would think that the teachers of all of the different like styles of what to do and stuff, would be able to fend off a bunch of one-hit point goblins. And one mage who can barely throw out some cantrips. He has like a magic missile that fires 2-3 shots, which is weird because he doesn't have any second or third level spells. That's basically his entire attack. And then he has a Ray of Frost that he can use, which is an extremely weak spell. Perfect timing to wear off enhancements. Alright, we'll rest right now, because I'm going to want those for the fight. The mage isn't super dangerous, but he is still there. And you want all the enhancements you can get. I should probably save.
The pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
Okay. No reason to not go all out. This should offer me a little bit of damage resistance. Yeah, so +1 for 5 levels. So I should get 2 points of damage resistance, which will be enough to tank any physical damage that the goblins or the skeletons can throw at me. I just have to kill him. Nope. Why are you focusing on that, you moron? Okay, there we go. Alright, I'll be back to loot the place, but first I should take advantage of these buffs and kill a chieftain. The Goblin Chief, or Elite, whatever you want to call him, is up here. He's the strongest goblin around. Which isn't saying a whole lot, but he is something, you know. Frankly, I could just sit back and let Dester and Fenthic kill everyone, because they would. Alright, I'll be back to speak with you guys. Bunch of extra bolts. I have a crossbow just in case I really need it. Like, it's unlikely. I generally don't use missile weapons, but it's helpful to have one around. I do have to say as well, I don't see a single reason to ever use slings in this game. Pretty much every class that used to use slings can now use crossbows. I also don't see a reason to use light crossbows. Unless you have like a 3 strength. Okay, so there's the half plate.
Difficult to carry.
So now I'm super encumbered, but I shouldn't have to deal with it for too long. I don't like the look of half plate, I have to be honest. Like the exposed arms and I think legs too. It's not my favorite thing. I planned on drinking that potion so that I could move faster, but I guess I don't have to now, so I can keep it around. Alright, here's my final level up for the prologue. Awesome. Weapon focus. And Morning Star. That, honestly, the weapon focus thing is most useful because now the game understands, or should understand at least, the Morning Star is my favorite weapon. That's the thing I will be using. There's a specific area that I'm thinking of where you can get a +1 variant of a weapon. This weapon is dependent on either your class So if you just play a cleric and find it, and there's nothing else to you, it'll probably be a +1 mace. If you have weapon focus, no matter what class you are, it'll give you a +1 of that weapon. If you have multiple weapon focuses, I have no clue how it decides what to give you, but it will give you a +1 variant of a weapon that your class can use, and you can choose which one that is if you take a weapon focus. I can make my weapons magical, but, you know, it's different. Alright.
Listen to me here. I must speak with you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I'm getting
Welcome
there.
to but a short and a great I owe you would spend your time. Second, I asked you when you any their take you. Welcome.
Alright, so let's sell these. There we go. Got some more space. Oh, right. There we go. I probably won't be using power attack much, but I have had need of it in the past. So, let's just choose a random thing. So 71 for knock. So the first thing I want to do is run around and find the best merchant for me in town. Because who the best merchant is depends on a number of different variables. Talk to Bethany here. You really don't get anything for helping her. She just talks to you a little bit and you get some, like, not really rep points because those aren't a thing in this. But, like, some good points, basically. Or if you're evil, you can threaten her for her money and just take her cash. I like how a lot of the evil options in this game are literally just, I'm a robber now. You can extract money from the various guards and priests and stuff, sometimes from random people on the street. You can always threaten people who give you quests for more money at the end, except for, like, main plot quests. And sometimes they don't even care either way. Alright, so I'll take all the different quests around as well. 66. The Shining Knight Arms and Armor's usually pretty good about this stuff. And then I think there's only 2 merchants left I need to check. This guy's probably going to be the best. Nope, 60. He's the worst so far. I'm gonna go grab his recipe book, though.
Hello there.
Okay, so I got a couple things from her now. Favorable. 77. Wow, the thief is somehow the best for me right now. Is it random? I used to think there was, like... I think it's entirely random. They just kind of roll a dice at the beginning to see how all the merchants react to you.
Can I help you?
Okay, this guy's just as good. He's usually pretty good, too. I want one of these. It cost quite a bit, but now I can identify whatever I need to, whenever I need to, with just a couple exceptions throughout the entirety of the game. I want that. Don't need Cat's Grace. I think that the lower dexterity does have a slight detriment on me, but it's not a ton. Want to hang on to this, and definitely want to hang on to this. I'll be organizing the rest of that in time. Oh, actually, map of Black Lake. There. That's just for future convenience purposes. So now that all that's done, I'm gonna rest, because it didn't rest me after leaving the module. I'm gonna pick up Tommy under Gallows. Now that's not a permanent measure, but early on in the game there are some really nasty chests that are hard to open, if you can open them at all. Tommy can break them open, no problem. But smashing them with brute force, at this stage, is not viable. It will be pretty soon, but I'm going to need him for a few episodes. You can threaten him for money without any kind of, like, reputation problem.
Welcome to the House of Tyr.
Alright, now I can do his tomb quest. He gives you a note to do that quest as well. It's sort of annoying to carry it around. I'm just gonna give some general advice here. Don't get rid of it, or everyone in the game, not everyone in the game, but everyone relating to that quest will, like, basically force it on you every time you encounter them again. And it's super annoying, so just, you know, bite the bullet and hang on to it, despite how useless it seems. I might be the only one who has a problem with it, but it's sort of annoying to me. Okay, so now I got him. I want him to... No, not that. I want him to use his bow. Okay. So now with him, I know who to sell things to. Picked up the quests out there. Now I'm going to want to run around and pick up all of the loot that I can from the city. So the first big purchase is about 2,000 gold. Probably a little more, actually, given how much the dude hates me, apparently. I want a suit of full plate mail, because it's the best armor I'll have for quite some time. I want to get it as early as possible. After that, the next big expense will be gauntlets of lesser ogre power, and I think they're about 2,000 as well. I got quite a boost from threatening Olaf. It's weird that extorting money out of him for working with the Moonstone Mask doesn't drop your rep at all, but it's worth 500 gold to do so. I can get another little bump from money because the cleric, Gills or Giles or however you pronounce his name, over in the Moonstone Mask, you can kill him too. He's worth some XP, and he'll give you a quill. And that quill lets you... doesn't let you do anything. You can bring it to Olaf. Olaf will give you some money for it, pretty much to even out how much money the dude would have given you if you worked for him instead of Olaf, because he'll give you more. But I don't think it's significantly more when you take the quill into consideration, and it ends up being, like, less experience. Plus, it's the evil option, and I'm not a bad guy. Alright, Tommy, you just start opening locks. Yeah, you go for that one.
Taste of my...
Locks, or chests like this
Let
one.
the earth take you.
That chest can probably take over 40 points of damage before breaking. Well, not over 40, over 30 points of damage before breaking. It probably has over 40 point damage resistance. So to break it in one shot, you'd have to deal 70 damage.
Pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
I've actually been meaning to grab one of those. Now I'm kind of slow. This episode might take a little longer, because I want to get the city core taken care of. There isn't a whole lot to do out here, but there is some stuff.
Okay, dokie.
Oh, wow. That was not enough. Alright, well, let's hope I don't find anything else that heavily encumbers me, or this is going to be annoying to deal with. It's already kind of annoying to deal with. I'll head out and sell it once I'm done here.
Okay, dokie.
Good thing I didn't buy the shield already, though. I needed to buy one. Also got to grab a helmet.
Done.
Helmets don't do much. They give you, like, one extra concentration point. But I like the look of them, too. So you can't sell... Here's the thing. You can't sell ammo unless you have a full stack of 99 of it. And the game will throw arrows, bullets, and bolts at you no matter what class you are. It's like some really cheapo ammo that you can find, or loot, that you can find early on in the game. Let's use this. And so the easiest way to take care of that is just to keep it all in your actual designated ammo slots, because you have one for each ammo, conveniently, until you have 99 in there, and you can take it out and sell it for 1 gold. That's more of just my desire to have things be even,
Can I help you?
and not have stuff that could be worth something just laying around doing nothing. Can I not effectively carry around this tower shield? Is it going to be just too heavy?
My pack is too heavy.
It is.
It's
Well, that's
difficult to carry.
unfortunate. Alright, I'll sell it. Take one of these. Goodness, that's expensive. I just lost a bunch of money for no reason. Except my own dumbness.
Can I help?
We'll take one of these. Doesn't look good now, but it will with full plate. So I don't think... I might have missed one area, clearing out the upper portions. Like the upper level of the city core. I don't remember if there's some stuff over this far side. There's not. I don't think there's anything upstairs here. You can go upstairs. Don't think there's any real reason to, but I might as well check, just to see if there is some loot. Nothing. That's another thing about this game. Basically, no one cares if you loot everything in sight. There are a few people that do in, like, Shadows of Undertide. That's about it. Throughout the entirety of Neverwinter Nights itself, no problem. And, unlike Baldur's Gate, it's actually worth looting everything that these people have, because their loot scales to you. Which means even the poorest farmer will have the most, like, expensive stuff in his dressers and cabinets, just because you're powerful. Okay, don't have an interest in the other people I can hire around here, at least not yet. Tommy's going to take money away, or not money, experience away from me as well. Early on, enemies are going to be worth less because I have a henchman. Which is rather annoying. I would rather that didn't happen, but what are you going to do? That's another quest now picked up. It's an unmarked quest, I think. No, I think it starts being a quest once you actually get to the gauntlet. But it's unmarked for a time. Oh, there's another merchant there. I always forget about him. I should see if he has good prices on things.
Hello there.
Favorable. 84. Well, let's see. Not with that. I need a point of reference. Okay, it's the same as the other guy. He probably has the same things for sale, too. Looks like it. Alright, so I don't think there's anything up at the top. Like on the other side of the Moonstone Mask. There's a bunch of stuff inside, and it's a real pain to loot it all, but like I always say, money is money. And a little bit of inconvenience isn't going to stand between me and wealth. So, the reason I wanted to get access to the back rooms from Ophal is because there's a quest up there. And though you need a pass coin to engage in anything beyond that with the people who are up there, you do not need one just to pick up the little unmarked quest. So I can do that without spending extra money. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill this guy. He's not super strong, but he's a little strong. And I'm pretty sure if I kill him straight out, I'll pick up the quill. If not, I can just reload. But I should be able to just grab the quill. He'll run away if you try to threaten it out of him. He'll give it to you, then run for it. Oh, of course he would. Great, so now he's going to take forever to heal himself. And all my buffs are going to wear off. That's just enraging. Then he's going to catch me with some stupid mind spell. Tommy would probably kill him on his own, frankly. You going to attack me or something now? There we are. Oh, I critted him. Down he goes. Okay, that was perfect. Nothing in there. There's the quill. Now there's a lot of locked stuff in here. I think both of these rooms and everything in them is locked.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
Fun fact about this chest, it's pretty much the only chest of this, like, weird diamond-shaped variant that is actually locked in the whole first module, or in this entire module. I think it's the only one. There might be one or two others that are locked for, like, story reasons and whatnot.
It's done.
But basically every other locked chest is the big heavy iron ones, and they're not actually iron chests, the big heavy iron lock ones, and then the short, flat ones. Oh, he was already doing it. Sometimes his AI bugs out. He just won't do what you tell him to do.
Okay, dokie.
Taste of my...
It's done.
I would have destroyed that if I didn't miss. How do you miss a table? Like, you shouldn't even have to roll to hit those things. It's literally just a piece of wood sitting there. Actually, I don't need to open the other doors. I usually open all the doors just because I like completion, but I don't care much right now. Alright, so she gives me the brooch. I gotta go threaten Hoff. I'll just kill him. She doesn't really want you to, but to be honest, he's a petty, vile thug, so he can die for all I care. We only have a little bit left to loot, and then I'll be done with the city core. Like I said, this one's going on a little long, and it's not particularly riveting stuff. But this is a walkthrough, not a regular Let's Play or anything like that, and I'm trying to show what I think is the best thing to do early on. You need to maximize your money at this point in the game, because you're going to need it. I do think it's interesting how chill everyone is with you just like walking into their house, taking the little bit of gold they have lying around, and then leaving. Particularly, like, if it happened in the docks, that's one thing, right? The place is already swarming with thieves and people aren't interested in getting their throats slit for no reason. But this is the city core. There are guards everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna go drop off that brooch. Well, not brooch, the quill. I don't know why I'm walking there, I can teleport. Shame I can't use a tower shield right now. I'll be able to before long. 500 gold. So yeah, that definitely counteracts everything that gills give you. Maybe he gives you 100 gold more than that, but I don't think he does. I'm pretty sure that's more. Plus, it gave me some XP, right? No, it did not. Just gave me some good points and then some gold. So I've now got 1,400. I don't think I'm going to have enough to pick up the armor in this episode. It'll take a little time, which is regular. I've only been able to buy the stuff before leaving the city core once, and that was because I rolled really well with the, like, favorable versus unfavorable thing with the smith. There go my enchantments. 3 hours is a decent amount of time, but not super long.
Can I help?
Might need that. Okay, so 1,469. I'll organize the rest of this stuff later. I'm gonna get another influx of quest items I'll have to hold on to, and they'll upset everything, so I might as well just wait till I get those to organize it all properly. I do have an actual method I try to use to organize these. As well, let me find, I think it's drone. Yeah, drone Morningstar. I need fairy dust and a magic Morningstar. So, fairy dust, I know you get one in the docks, and I think you get one in the Black Lake, but it might be the Beggar's Nest. I think it is the Beggar's Nest, actually. So it'll be some time before I get that.
Well met. Well met.
Okay. So that's going to be it for this one, then. We have the city core cleared. I know what merchants to sell to. Picked up all the side quests. I have a terrible strength, because I'm a low-level cleric, but that will change, trust me. There's a few items that you get that'll really buff your strength up, and pretty soon I'll be able to enchant myself to have a much higher strength. It's going to take a little time to get there, but you get a lot of experience actually out of the Enhanced Edition of the game, which normally doesn't do much good. It has a couple changes I'm a fan of. And so, yeah, I need to get more XP, level up more, and then pretty soon things will be more stable. But early on, it's going to take some time. But that is it for this one. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.